What is up, y'all? Back from the Cory Apple Fest. I ran up there, and I kind of regret that decision now. The mower count was pretty good. I think there was like 18 mowers or 16 or something like that. A lot better than last year. And the mowers that showed up, I was underbuilt. Yeah, I was a bit underbuilt. And these are the guys I'm used to running with who have really stepped their game up. And they was laying down some very hard hits. It was absolutely brutal. We had 2 heats, Consi and feature. We drew numbers for who goes into what heat. And I happened to be the lucky one to get put in the same heat with the top brutal drivers. And I got my bell rung hard. I was able to make it down to make it to advance to the feature. So I lucked out there. Had to do some quick repairs to the mower. Got out to the feature, and I got my ass kicked. And I will admit that. These guys were on their A game and they whipped my ass. Man, big props to all them. Ended up beating the rear end up on my mower so much. I used the rear end up, and it actually moved my transmission, and I dropped my belt. And right as the belt dropped, one guy came in and wide open hit me in the side so hard, rolled me over on top of another driver as he's coming to make a hit, and I ended up on top of him, and he had a stack coming up, and I burned my leg up, bruised my left leg all to hell, and I may have I messed my thumb up a bit. I don't know what's going on, but it still works, but it really hurts. The joint down here is jacked up pretty good. So I'm on a lot of Advil right now. I'm limping around, hurting. Yeah, my left leg's bruised all up and down it, and it's also burnt right above, on the side of my leg. Yeah, that was a very rough rollover. Definitely no hard feelings to the guy that rolled me. I went up afterwards and shook his hand, and it's good. It's just part of Derby. He made a good hit, and unluckily for me, I ended up rolling on top of another guy and getting hurt. It's luck of the draw. It's just the way it is. So we all know the risk. We were out there to put on a show, and we did that. It was a brutal show. Damn good. Yeah. Now the mower, here's your aftermath. At first, it really doesn't look that bad. Hopefully you can see this on camera. The front's really not too bad. Nothing more, not as bad out of the usual or whatever. A little caved in. Hood started to actually bust through. There's a hole in the hood. I lost a bolt, I just noticed. Another spot here where the hood's cut open. Come right here, not too bad. Now this is where things get interesting. Look at this. Something's not right. That's tore. This is all, yeah, that shouldn't be like that. Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. And if you look closely, you can actually see my frame's bent right there. Come right here. Keep in mind, this is not near as bad as what it was, because I already had to beat this all back out to make it to the feature. Yeah. Come around yonder. Yeah, the rear fenders are shot. Yeah. That last rollover, look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but my leg guard's actually caved in. Just a bit. Yeah, it buckled my fender and everything, caved that in. The running board down there. And when I rolled, this is how hard I rolled on top of the other guy. That's when I rolled on top of him. There's some of his paint, and it tore up my hood pretty good right there. That's how hard that roll was on top of the other guy. It was brutal. Now, you notice it's got different back wheels on it than usual. Here's one of them. They was actually able to bend my rim. And it actually started to rub the frame a bit. So I went ahead and swapped them out because I didn't want those tires getting tore up. So I put my 6 inches on there. And unfortunately this one kind of got ate up a bit, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. A little chewed up, but it's fine. Now, oh, it actually popped open this time. Yeah, this is bad. My belt guards of, let's see if I can get this in here. My belt guards aren't even near where my pulley is. They're all out of whack. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this was all a lot worse, and I had to straighten it out. Come down here. Unfortunately, when everything started moving, hopefully you can see this, my transmission got cracked because this mount is no longer where it's supposed to be. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see this on camera because it's bright. But yeah, that's all bent and buckled. And if you notice, the frame's caved in. This little bracket right here is no longer even hooked into the transmission. It ripped the bolt out. So that is completely buckled on that side. This side, there's a nice dent. It's completely buckled. I'm hoping y'all can really see this, because this is bad. Yeah, this whole back plate's pretty bad. This side's not as bad, but this side took an absolute beating. During the first heat, they actually took this whole fender here and actually peeled it up off the mower, and I had to take a sledgehammer and beat it all back in a somewhat place. I had to put my, this all here was damn near touching the battery. It was bad. I mean, you can see how far this fender is actually into the frame, all the way up here. And I had to beat all that back. I had to beat my leg guards back down because it had actually peeled my leg guards up, peeled my running boards up, and actually started tweaking everything else. This ain't even anywhere near it's supposed to be. That's all bent. The whole leg guards are tweaked. Yeah, this one's actually bent too, a little bit. Not as bad as the other side. But yeah, I'm thinking it might be time to retire this one. I might be able to straighten that rear end back out and repair it and get one more run out of this frame, but this thing's hurt. I got lucky and I put the belt on afterwards, had help doing that, and I was able to drive it off the track. Motor ran pretty good, like usual. Transmission still works, seems to be just fine. It dropped the belt because the frame's so tweaked in the rear. Like it's bad. Come in here, I just noticed this. This bracket right here, support bracket for the trans, if you notice, it's actually bent forward because my transmission has been pushed about, I'd say, an inch or so forwards, which I have a lot of slop in the belt now. Yeah, that was a fun one. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. That was the hardest hitting stock class show I've ever seen, and it was absolutely brutal. The GoPro I had on my helmet does not even halfway give you an idea how hard these mowers were hitting. These guys were throwing it down and just junking shit right and left. It was bad. I was getting hit so hard in the rear that, oh man. You might be able to see it on the GoPro on how bad it whips me around when I was being hit. But it was brutal. Actually, I think my frame might be buckled in the center. It kind of looks like something ain't quite right. I don't know. It wouldn't doubt it. This thing took an absolute beating. did good for being underbuilt. But yeah, definitely a hard hitting show. Brutal. But yeah, there's your aftermath. The hardest stock class run I've ever had. So now I'm gonna go and wait for my Advil to kick in and kind of take it easy for a little while, because this may be the end of my season if my thumb doesn't heal. So until the next one, later y'all.